is Conor McGregor, the notorious, put on the leather. I'll be victorious, there's nothing better. Conor McGregor, yeah. Conor McGregor, yeah.
Conor McGregor, going back to 2021. I made this tune right here. The link is in the description. Sponsor myself. Put it on your headphones, in the gym. What's going on, gang? Today we've got some Conor McGregor sparring footage. And you guys know I am a big Conor McGregor fan here on the channel. I made a damn song about him. Call me a Conor McGregor fanboy. Let's go. Maybe I should try and get an interview for the channel. I know it's a long shot. We'll give it a try. First Eddie Hall, next Conor McGregor. Moving up in the world. Anyway, Conor McGregor has released some sparring footage and he's looking pretty decent. Now, we all know Conor McGregor is set to fight Michael Chandler on the 30th of June. That's UK time, of course. If you're in America, it's June 29th. And this is going to be an absolute war. Does anyone think that this is going to go the full 5 rounds? Now, I always get people in the comments saying, what's this? The McGregor fanboy channel? Well, yeah, it is. It's my channel. I'll do what I want with it, and I'll talk about whoever I want. You got a problem with it? Why don't you make a channel? But let's face it, there's a lot of mystique surrounding Conor McGregor. Is he even going to fight on UFC 303? We know that fight card is in jeopardy. They cancelled the Dublin press conference last week or a week and a half ago, and there's been a lot of speculation whether or not this fight is going to go ahead or not. And then a few days later, Conor McGregor's posting this sparring footage, looking really good, looking zoned in. He says that the fight is still going ahead. So it brings into question, is McGregor just teasing Michael Chandler? Is he playing mind games with him? Anyway, let's jump into this footage and see how McGregor's looking. Okay, we're probably going to have to mute that. So, okay, McGregor doing some light sparring here. Looks like he's working on some specific drills. Yeah, looking very nice. Going for them knees. That's going to be a staple weapon in fighting Chandler. Okay, right, that's it. Now, some people might think, who's he fighting? The guy isn't even fighting back, right? You can clearly tell that McGregor is working on some drills here, getting up against the fence. This is going to be a part of the game plan because Michael Chandler often gets pushed back against the fence quite a lot, and he puts his ass on the cage and throws haymakers. So this right here seems like they are drilling that specific position within the cage. So if you notice, that guy, he's throwing hooks, and McGregor's working on countering those hooks specifically and keeping distance and throwing his 1-2. So nothing here is getting thrown with full force. Notice the guy is just throwing hooks. He's going right hook, kind of waiting a bit, throwing left hook, kind of waiting a bit. McGregor's countering in between those hooks. That's because Michael Chandler, in pretty much every single fight, finds himself in this position. We can also see McGregor going for the knees. That's going to be paramount because Michael Chandler kind of sits down a little bit, so he fights quite low. However, it does leave you open to low kicks and also knees, which we can see McGregor practice right here. So, and then McGregor throws the spinning kick. Great control by McGregor as well. Now, I think we're going to see a lot of spinning attacks in this fight. By watching this footage and the previous footage of McGregor, it looks like he's getting back to his old ways. Now, let me just comment on something with regards to McGregor's old style, and I say it in every single video. Because we got new people coming to the channel every single day, it's important that I reiterate it. I often hear the argument that McGregor isn't fighting how he used to. He's too focused on boxing. He's got a boxing stance. He needs to get back to his karate ways. Well, that's a false memory that you have in your mind. McGregor has always switched between 2 different styles in his biggest fights. Early on, when he first joined the UFC, he had a little bit more of a karate style, a little bit more bouncy. But even when you look at the first Dustin Poirier fight, he wasn't always in that karate stance. There was many times where he was just flat-footed, walking down Poirier. The majority of the Chad Mendes fight, he wasn't in a karate stance. The Eddie Alvarez fight, he wasn't in a karate stance. Dustin Poirier first rematch, he wasn't in a karate stance, and then even some of the second rematch. Now, some people might say, yeah, and he lost those fights. Yeah, but you could tell he still has the skills. He caught Poirier a few times, and Poirier is just really good. The Cowboy Cerrone, he didn't have a karate stance. The Nate Diaz rematch, he didn't have a karate stance. So this argument that McGregor needs to be in his karate stance and side on, it's not really an argument, guys. And also the problem is, this fight is going to be a 5-rounder. Do you think McGregor's going to be able to keep up that style for that long? No, he's going to be going into this fight prepared for the 5-round war. Now, do I think it's going to last that long? No, of course not. But I do think McGregor is going to adapt his style to be a bit more efficient on the cardio. But as you can see from this flat-footed, more grounded stance, he's still throwing a variety of strikes. I'm going to have to mute this as well. Right, so not giving away too much here, but you can see McGregor's floaty. He's on his toes. His movement looks good. Look the way he catches his sparring partner with a well-timed offbeat oblique kick. Very hard to say that. Good job on my rapper. Music in the description. Go and check it out. Right, so right, boom, there. And I love the control that McGregor expresses on that kick. And some people say that throwing oblique kicks isn't really good sparring etiquette, but I believe it's completely fine as long as you control those kicks. When I'm actually training, I throw oblique kicks all the time, but they're extremely light to the point where I couldn't even accidentally injure someone with it. I'm literally picking my knee up slowly and just placing it on the quad or the knee or the hip. I've done that for years, never had one injury from it whatsoever. And I love the way McGregor's got that control here in sparring. He looks playful right now. He's got a wide variety of strikes, and that is always a dangerous fighter when they're being playful. Now this is nice work by McGregor here. So you can see the guy who he's sparring with has got a similar build to Chandler, and he goes in for the takedown. McGregor's able to get the underhook in and stuffs the takedown to the point where the guy has got no chance of finishing it. You can see McGregor's right leg is quite far back. Now watch what McGregor does. He lifts the body weight up of his sparring partner to the point where he has to stand up again, and he gets in this nice sneaky knee right here. Boom. That actually stunned the sparring partner. And then once again, McGregor can see his sparring partner's hurt, measures the distance with the right hand, and then throws the left hand. It's quite fast, but it doesn't seem like it's full power. A little bit to the back of the head as well. And then the guy, you can tell he's clearly hurt, but I don't think it was that punch that done the damage. I think it was the knee. And then McGregor, obviously with the control, backs off. Next slide, we got a bit of boxing. Oh, McGregor, he's doing too much boxing. I don't like when he does boxing. He needs to get back to his karate stance, says Sanjeet_2471 with an empty profile, who's never done any martial arts, not even a day in his life. Bit of boxing. I know this is a little bit like the Mike Tyson clips. There's not much you can take from a 2-second clip, but this is classic McGregor right here. Hands up, leaning in, trying to bait the punch out of his opponent, and as his opponent throws the jab, McGregor slips on the outside. That was such good timing. Gets the left hand square in the face, and then, boom, throws the uppercut. Watch the timing on it. Oh man, he's really good with the head movements. Those slips and those pull counters, that's like classic McGregor right there. I'm so excited to see this fight and to see what McGregor we get on June the 29th. Next slide. Right, now once again, it looks like he's drilling specific movement patterns here. So first off, what do we see? He goes for the knee. Boom, right there. But it seems like this is going to be a big part of McGregor's game plan. So he throws the knee, and he spins round his opponent, almost like he was going to go for the choke there. Pulls him down by his opponent's right arm. Knee on belly, well, on chest. Spins out right there. Threatens the shot. Doesn't actually throw it. And then this is also classic McGregor. Classic McGregor. Can we get a like for classic McGregor here? The OG McGregor with the OG techniques. He starts throwing jumping switch kicks. Look at this. Yes. And then that lateral step into another, kind of like a switch kick. And then he goes right with it. Bang. Now, these are never meant to be knockout shots from McGregor. These are all to throw you off the scent of his left hand. If McGregor gets the knockout in this fight, trust me, it's going to be his left hand. It's not going to be the kicks. It's not going to be anything to do with the oblique kicks. It's not going to be elbows. It's not going to be knees. It's not going to be low kicks. Nothing. It's going to be that left hand. But McGregor has got a lot of weapons to throw you off the scent of that left hand. There's a lot of people out there, say the likes of Darren Till, who's got a great left hand, but doesn't hide tried it with all the other weapons. So if Darren Till was able to mix up his game a lot more, he would get more finishes with that left hand. That sounds a little bit dodgy, but unfortunately, he doesn't use all of his weapons. McGregor does. And I think we're going to see a very versatile McGregor in this Chandler fight. And one thing McGregor is also amazing at doing is the distance management. That's how he got all his finishes, because he's always just out of reach, and he lures his opponents into a false sense of security with regards to the range. He makes his opponents think that they're able to touch him, and then he just dips out ever so slightly, then counters, evidenced by this short sequence here. So they're out of range with each other, but then McGregor hops in to pull a shot out of his opponent, so then he can counter that shot right here. See there? It's very subtle, and these are basics and fundamentals, but he just does them so well. Next slide. Hey, that knee was nasty. Look the way he times it. And then the left hand again. Here's some more footage of McGregor on the pads. So McGregor looking sharp on the pads. More sparring. I love that right hook that left hook that he done as well. He gets his right foot on the outside of his opponent's lead left foot, gets his head off the center line, and rather than throwing the straight left, he changes it into a hook.
Sorry.
There's the knees again. Did I hear him just say sorry then? He's quite hard to hit. Oh, that was reminiscent of the Eddie Alvarez fight there, the way he dipped out of the way and caught him with the left hand. That was nice.
3 minutes. No.
Mate, do you know what? I'm getting a nostalgic feeling here. I think we're going to see a great McGregor performance. Come on, please, McGregor. If you're watching McGregor, give us an interview. Come on, lads. Maybe if we get 10,000 likes on this video, we'll get the interview. A little bit unrealistic to ask for, but hey, God loves a tryer. McGregor looks great here. This looks like he's working hard. It's an intense sparring session. It doesn't look like he's taking it easy. People always criticize McGregor and say he's not training hard enough. Lads, it's Conor McGregor. He's achieved a lot in life through grit, determination, and crazy hard work. You honestly think he's not training hard and putting in hard sparring rounds? He 100% is. Don't get it twisted. Did McGregor do a little matador then, as if to say, over here? Let's just check. He looks loose. I like it. More pads. He looks good. He looks powerful. He looks sharp. Let's go. Come on. Like the video, lads. Let's go. And then just to quickly finish, I always laugh at the Conor McGregor comments because there's always low IQ people chatting absolute poo in the comments. Not Tony Jeffries, though. Let's go, Tony. Look at this one. Don't even get me started on Chandler, a boring version of Chad Mini Mendes. Chad was entertaining. He is not. Chandler is not entertaining. What are you smoking? Yeah, whatever. This guy said, bro is just playing mind games with Chandler. I'm half leaning towards thinking that myself, to be honest. Conor McGregor, he looks good. And for anyone who is questioning his training work ethic, you got to remember, the man has been keeping in relatively decent shape for the last 5-6 months. He's been training on and off in these like little mini fight camps. He had one, was it in Spain somewhere? Then I know he had one in Dubai, and now he's having this full fight camp. So it's not like he hasn't been training at all. He's been training on yacht Remember, which is what fighters should do, it's not just the training camp where you get better. A lot of the training camp is dedicated to losing weight. But because this fight is at 170, McGregor doesn't need to worry too much about losing weight, and he can just focus on his skills, as can Chandler as well, and that's why this makes for such a good fight. Michael Chandler, one of my favourite fighters right now, always entertaining, absolute stud in the cage. Conor McGregor, one of my favourite fighters of all time. Who is going to win? Comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you thought of this sparring footage. Controversial opinions allowed on this channel. If your comment doesn't show, it's YouTube deleting it, not me. I never delete any comments. Like the video. Appreciate yous all. Appreciate the support on the channel. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow.